Good afternoon to Sir Hisham. Today, I would like to present our mini project called Digital Recipes Book with English Tracker, which we developed using the Python programming language. The main purpose of this project is to help users store, view, and manage cooking recipes easily. Instead of writing recipes on paper or forgetting them, this program allows users to add new recipes, display all saved recipes, and even delete unwanted one. All data is stored in a simple text file, which makes it lightweight and easy to use. This project also demonstrates basic programming concepts such as file handling, functions, loops, and user interaction through a menu system. It may look simple, but it is very practical and can be improved further into a real recipe application in the future. Next, I would like to pass to my colleague to show you step by step and what function we use in this project and the explanation. Thank you.
My name is Irfan Izzuddin bin Muhammad Abu Talib. My matrix number is 2521607995. I will explain the coding of the mini project. First, def add receipt. This function is used to add the receipt in the file. Next, input enter receipt name. This function is used to read the input name receipt from the user. Next, input enter ingredient. This function is used to read the input ingredients from the user. After that, steps, enter cooking steps. This function will read the input or steps for the receipt. Next, let's open the file. This function to save the receipt and update the receipt in the file. Next, print receipt save. This function is information to confirmation the receipt have saved.
Assalamualaikum and hi guys, my name is Khairul Hakim bin Karnizan and my matrix number is 2521608003. Today I'm gonna explain to you guys about view recipes function. First, the view recipe function is used to read and display a list of recipes that has been saved in the text file called recipe tracker text. So this function also provides an option to display either a simple list of recipe names or a detailed view that includes the name, ingredient, and step of each recipe. The function starts with the line def view recipes bracket show index equal to false, which means it's define a function name view recipes with one parameter called show index. The default value of show index is false. If the value is set to the true, the function will only show the recipe names along with numbering. If it's false, the function will show complete detail for each recipe. Next, the function used with open statement to open the file that contains the recipe data. The file is open in read mode that's equal to R, and all lines in the files are stored in the list called recipe using the read line method. So after the file is open, the function checks whether the file is empty. The line if not recipe is used for this purpose. If the file is empty, the program prints the message no recipe saved yet and stop the function using return square bracket. This prevents error from occurring when there is no data in the files. If the file contains data, the function prints the title Save Recipes, and then use for loops together with the enumerates function to read each line from the file. That enumerate function automatically assigns a number to each recipe starting from 1. Each line in the file is expected to contain data separated by symbol bar, and this is split using line strip split command. So as a result, each line is divided into 3 parts: name, which is recipe names, ingredient, and step. The next part of function determines how the recipe will display depending on the value show index. If show index is true, the function will only display the recipe number and name, such as 1 fried rice. On the other hand, if show index is false, it will display a full detail of its recipe, including the names, ingredient, and step. Each detailed recipe display end with a separated line, so at the end of the function, it's return the list of recipe using return recipes. That's allowing the data to be reused later in the program. The function also included error handling using a try and except block to prevent the program from crashing when the file does not exist. If the recipe tracker text file cannot be found, the except file not found error block will be executed. In that case, the function will print no recipe saved yet and return an empty list. So overall, the view recipes function plays an important role in a recipe management system because it allows users to view all saved recipes in a clear, flexible, and friendly user way. So that's all from me, and I will give a next explanation about Snaps coding to my friend. Let's go.
My name is Faris Salihim bin Fazrizal. My metric number is 252160779. Thanks my friend. Next I will explain the delete recipe. For this part, we have the delete recipe function. It is called def delete underscore recipe. The def delete underscore recipe function is designed to let users remove a recipe from the list stored in the recipe tracker.txt file when the function runs. It first calls another function named view underscore recipes show underscore index equals true to display all the saved recipes along with their numbers. After showing the list, the user is asked to enter the number of the recipe they want to delete. The program then checks if the number entered is valid. If it is, the recipe is deleted from the list and updated list is returned back to the files. This ensures that the changes are saved permanently. If the user makes a mistake, such as typing a number that doesn't exist or entering a letter instead of a number, the program will display a message like invalid numbers or please enter a valid number to guide the user. This error handling makes the program more user-friendly and reliable, allowing it to run smoothly even when unexpected inputs are given. Next, I will give it to my friends for the main program. Thank you.
Thank you to my friend for the explanation. My name is Ahmad Amshar bin Hamizi, 252160743. In this part, I will explain you step by step every function that we have. This part of the program is the main loop that controls how the user interact with the recipe system. The while true statement keeps the program running continuously until the user decides to exit. Inside the loop, the program displays a menu with 4 options: add a recipe, view recipes, delete a recipe, and exit. The user is then asked to enter their choice using input. If the user enters 1, the program calls the add_recipe functions to allow adding a new recipe. If 2 is chosen, the view_recipe functions is executed to display all saved recipes. When 3 is selected, the delete_recipes function is executed to display all saved recipe. When 3 is selected, the delete recipes function is called to remove a recipe from the list. If the user type 4, the program prints goodbye and use break to stop the loop ending the program. However, if the user enters any number of the number or invalid input, the program display invalid choice, try again, and continues running. Alright, so I'm gonna running this coding, and I will like add 2 recipe. Which is number 1 is ayam goreng rempah. Ingredient is ayam, rempah, and daun kari. Cooking step is panaskan minyak, lumur ayam with rempah, and goreng until crispy. And review the recipe, and this is the recipe: name, ingredient, and step. And next, add 1 more recipe, which is kari ikan. Ingredient is ikan, bawang, rempah kari, pendi, and chili. Cooking step is panaskan minyak, masukkan rempah, and masukkan ikan, masak until done. So the recipe, you see these 2 recipe, which is kari ikan and ayam goreng berempah, and I would like to delete one of the recipe, which is number 1, and then receipt delete successfully, and then I'm gonna view more, and then just kari ikan. So this is the result in the file, which is kari ikan. This is the recipe name, ingredient, and step how to do it. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you.